I'm going to simulate being a voter who's voting by email. So the first thing that I have to do is I've filled out my ballot. Now I'm going to write a message to the county clerk. So this handy email alias that I also own is countyelectionclerk@gmail.com. That's just who we're sending it to. We're going to put a subject line, my ballot, and this is my ballot. That's our text. Now what we're going to have to do is attach our ballot, and we're going to attach these 3 files: a first page, a second page, and a signature page, which I'll show in just a sec. So let's open those up. Those are now attached, so that's good. Now let's go check out what each of those pages has in turn. So these are the 3 exact files that I just uploaded to the email. The first page has instructions and a vote for Joe Smith and Bill Johnson.
Okay, so we're voting for Joe Smith and Bill Johnson.
The second page is reasonably inconsequential, but it just has another page to simulate a real ballot going over email.
That vote, we're voting for Bobby Lewis.
Bobby Lewis, yes.
Okay.
And this third page is a signature affirmation page, basically.
Thank you.
So that's our page. Now, all 3 of those same exact files are uploaded here to the email.
Okay, this is all normal so far.
This is all normal.
They're in Boston.
Let's send it off.
And they had like a...
Sent off to our county election clerk, whose email happens to be open here in Gmail on Firefox.
So at this point, we're simulating sending this to the election clerk.
Exactly. So the election clerk has just received an email here from our alias that we sent it from, and with subject line, my ballot, text body, this is my ballot, and it includes 3 images. And the first page shows that indeed our vote has been changed from Joe Smith and Bill Johnson to Mary Kane and Elizabeth Martin. And that's where the money is. The rest of the pages haven't changed. They've just been attached to make it look like it was an email. It was just exactly as it was sent, except for that one change here on the first page.
So you intercepted this email on this computer and then sent it on its way?
Yes, we intercepted this email on a mail server that we're running on this computer, though it doesn't have to be running on this computer.
And would you be able to do this remotely?
Yep. If you were to set up a mail server and spoof any computer to think that that's a valid mail server, while in fact it's a malicious mail server, you could definitely get away with the same exact result.
So you have confidence that you could do this with almost any ballot being mailed by email?
Yes. You might have to edit the way you do this. So some email connections are secured with TLS encryption and other forms of encryption, and those would require different handling, but it's definitely not out of... it's definitely the same level of ease to get those ballots hacked as well.
And are you going to show me a little bit how you did it, how you intercepted the ballot?
If you want me to, it's very simple to show. It's text, but basically we edit a configuration file. This is one of the ways to see it. What we did is we sent it from our email alias on this machine, and somewhere in here it'll show that it was filtered out.
Can you tell me what that is?
So that's just basically showing that we sent it to this email address here via the filtering mechanism.
And what does that filter do?
It runs a bash script on the email that switches out the vote placement, the placement of the check.
So that filter is a program that changes the dot from one...
The filter doesn't. The filter just enables us to run a bash script every time it catches an email that we want to edit.
Oh, so that filter is what grabs the email for you. Okay, so once you grab the email, how do you change the dot?
So there are many ways to do that. In this particular one, given the time constraint, all we did is we pre-knew the location of both dots, so we just swapped them around. But in a real attack, you could use an image working tool set and an OCR tool set that are all free and open source to find maybe the political affiliation of a candidate or the candidate's name itself and swap a filled-in mark, which you can determine, into an empty blank and vice versa.
Did you do it in Photoshop? Like, how did you do it?
We did it with a program called Image Magic. It's an open source Linux program.
So you did it manually?
The script did it automatically. So we had to program. We had to give a set of commands that told ImageMagick exactly what to do, but ImageMagick took care of that.
Did you do it in bulk?
Yes, this is done in bulk. I didn't touch anything as the email went through.
Did you do thousands?
Yes. We could send emails through this all day, and it did the same exact thing to them.